Hey, so as some of you guys may know, I had a series on TikTok where I read Dream SMP members' birth charts, and not gonna lie, the entire time I was reading them, I felt a little like this.
This right here is astrology. Now can we talk about astrology? I've been dying to talk to you about astrology. His birth time is not found.
So that's why I've been gone for a month. Just kidding. I've been spending an obscene amount of time pretending to be an fanatic. If you see me streaming Maneater on loop, mind your business. Before we begin, astrology is just for fun and shouldn't be used this way, but come here. Here's the thing about me. I'm a judgmental bitch. You don't know your favorite creators personally, so don't take anything I say seriously. Because if you do, this is how dangerous parasocial relationships can form. Dream doesn't love you. He can't love you. Dream doesn't know you. He can appreciate you, but he can't fucking love you. That being said though, most of the things I've learned about these people have been against my own will through TikTok osmosis. They seem like a barrel of monkeys. But the thing about me is that I have attention span death grip, so I can't watch them, but I wish I could. You guys seem happy. Ish. I have 34 charts to get through, so I'm gonna have to keep it as brief as possible. It would be irresponsible of me not to drink. So Dream, horny cult leader. And I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. I'm saying that because that's what his chart says. He struggles in love. He's very self-critical. He requires validation from other people like all the time. He's like prone to self-destructive behavior, but he wants to be loved on his own terms. He's got issues with discipline and authority. And he looks like a little alien probably as far as his appearance goes. I feel like Aquarius risings always look like little aliens. He shares the same exact big three as J.K. Rowling, which I think is super interesting. Don't be surprised if he ends up looking like J.K. Rowling. His chart ruler is his Aquarius Uranus, which, you know, no wonder why he remains a little hidden. And actually, Aquarius is good for Uranus to be in because it rules it, I think. He has the same big three as J.K. Rowling. Did I say that already? So George, definitely mommy issues. Not definitely, you don't know him, but like I'm just saying people with Cancer moons, intense. Emotionally just very intense. Paranoid, but for good reason. If he tells you that the vibes are off about somebody, you better fucking listen because he's good at picking up on the vibes, and usually it's, you know, for a good reason that he feels a certain way about somebody. Emotionally, man's is balls to the wall. Worried about loss all the time, like he's worried that he's gonna lose what he has. Stubborn, but also really practical, like he's living in reality. I wouldn't be surprised if he had digestion issues.
Hemorrhoids?
Yeah, that's demonic. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Alright, sapnap! Mommy issues. Restrictive and a little hedonistic. Maybe impulse control issues, love issues, because, you know, Venus doesn't like being in Aries. Moon conjunct Saturn, I have that in my chart, and he's a bit sad. He's a little bit sad, isn't he? Yeah, let's just, yeah, sapnap. Alright, quackity. Mommy issues, kinda. He may have had a mom that may have been physically and like materially there for him, maybe not emotionally, and so he's kind of emotionally detached. He actually shares a lot of placements with my dog. Okay, so the thing about him, based on his chart, now I'm not saying this is true, but he may come across as condescending and intimidating, especially with his Scorpio Mars. These wonderful people have Scorpio Mars. Their eyes are just, I have a Scorpio Mars. The thing about Scorpio Mars eyes is that they look like they're sizing you up. They might not be, they probably are, but they might not be. There's something about the eyes that's like very intimidating about a Scorpio Mars. He might come across as an asshole, but to be honest, he cares a lot about humanity as a whole. He's kind of like a humanitarian workaholic. who holds himself back sometimes. Like, this boy is sad, man. Oh, according to his chart. But this boy is sad. Carl. Daddy issues? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe. He feels emotions intensely. So he's kind of like George, except for being balls to the wall. He'll get revenge on you when you least expect it. A bit of a victim complex. He cares too much and he like wallows in like self-pity. And he struggles with motivation. Tommy, according to his chart, he's very headstrong and stubborn. He's like a little impulsive, little reckless boss baby. Wilbur. His chart is very similar to mine. And guess what? I hate myself. One of you guys told me that he was lying about his birthday, but I genuinely don't think he is. His Jupiter is in Capricorn, so yeah, like he would not believe in astrology. If he wants to leave the fact that he communicates like Bo Burnham on the table, he's like, no. Astrologically, I do not do that. Then yeah, he's within his right to do so. But I'm just saying, his chart says that he communicates like Bo Burnham. And like, if you want to leave that on the table, go ahead. But I'm going to accept that for myself. Also, one of you guys told me that he had a bad like he had like a relative that like traumatized him about astrology. I looked at the clip. I swear to God, I looked at like the footage, and he said that astrology was toxic. But that's his opinion, right? Be careful with opinions, but opinions can be wrong. I'm sorry that he had that experience. Like, I genuinely, like, that sucks, dude. But astrology is not toxic, alright? Just because I'm toxic and I'm using astrology in a toxic way doesn't mean astrology as a whole is toxic. You can dislike astrology. You can even make fun of it if that's what your heart wants. But hey, maybe that's why it's so hard to, you know, name one thing that teenage girls can enjoy without being made fun of. Bonk. Technoblade. A higgledy-piggledy workaholic. I don't think he's doing okay. And you know what? I would say more, but it seems like his life is as hard enough as it is. So here's one to you, Technoblade. Ranboo. Okay. So I don't have his birthday. I looked for Ranboo's birthday. I scoured, you know, highs and lows, the depths, the deep dark trenches of the internet. So I decided to go with the date that his channel was created, just to get a vibe, you know? We're here for the vibes. He's definitely here to shake things the fuck up. He's got a bit of an individuality complex, and he's overall like a compassionate person. Like, good for you. Tubbo. He's another moody boss baby for sure, who's going through it, most likely. He's probably going through it. I would say more, but I don't want to push him over the edge. But who knows what he'll do. Nihachu. I see the mommy issues. Puts an emotional wall up. What's it like being so polite and diplomatic? Can't relate. Puns. This is the chart of somebody who has thought about arson far too many times. You should be placed on an FBI watch list. Hi, so apparently drunk me hates seeing a girl boss winning. And I skipped over 4 people's charts, like, in a row. I also knocked over my mic, so the audio was bad before, but it gets progressively worse throughout the video, so you're welcome. So, Bad Boy Halo. Curious about the world, chill guy, shout out Taurus Moon, who loves conflict. I know it's contradictory, but it is what it is, right? Like, at the end of the day, his emotions are very, like, well managed, even though he loves conflict. Can't get enough of it, allegedly, according to his chart. Callahan, daddy issues? It's also hard for him to finish things that he's started working on. Like, it's hard for him to follow them through to completion. He's also practical person, who has like a million ideas of what he wants to do, but you know, he doesn't follow through all the way. Philza. master manipulator, but good for him. Good for him. Awesome, dude. You gossipy bitch. Also, mommy issues, but, you know. Captain Puffy. Oh my god, this chart is terrifying. In like the best way possible. What's it like being emotionally stable? 'Cause I can't relate at all. J Schlapp. Why can't I say it? His chart actually would be fairly copacetic, but his Sag Mars combined with his Virgo Mercury makes him like a bit Listen, I heard all like the controversial things about him. This video is not the place. If you want to, you can take a look for yourself and form your own opinion. But just based on his chart, he's judgmental, but he doesn't know what he wants. Like, dude, pick a fucking struggle. Jack Manifold. All I'm getting from his chart is that he would be the most likely to join a cult. Fundy. Maybe you're a little bit too close to your mom. You know people who have to wear glasses, but they don't, but so they refuse to wear glasses because they like to have a nice blur on everything? That's the energy I'm getting from his chart. Purpled. Definitely was told to shut the f up as a kid, and definitely, okay, maybe has mom issues. Probably has mom issues. Skeppy probably has an emotional wall up. Oh, look at you. You have the drive to actually set goals and do what you get what you want out of life. Wow, what's that like? I can't relate. You know what I can relate to, though? Your mommy issues. Just kidding, that's what your chart says. I'm not saying that you have mommy issues. I'm just saying that that's what your chart has. I think you have mommy issues. Ant Frost. Ant Frost? Ant Frost. This is the most interesting chart I've seen so far. He digs like a little mole rat at information, and he's anxious and paranoid, but he's blunt at the same time, and people genuinely listen to him even though his Sag Mercury might indicate otherwise. Like, this is like, your chart is weird. I'm gonna award you with the most interesting chart out of the entire Dream SMP. You have the most interesting chart. Erit. Oh, that's cool. His birthday is like exactly mine, but flip. Mommy issues. They probably repress their emotions, and they can probably talk his way out of situations. Punk. That's fun to say. Oh god! He's an Aries and Taurus stellium. He's a double stellium. Prone to accidents. Be careful around technology. But he's good at really hunkering down on what he wants. Like, he knows what he wants and he can get it. Can't relate. Hannah. XX Rose. Oh god. So many aspects to Venus, which is not bad at all. It's good. She is responsible. I'd ask her to write my eulogy because she is responsible and she feels responsible. She tries to well, I'm not saying she does. She tries to change other people's opinions even when it's unnecessary. You need to chill out. You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. Slimesicle! Okay, so he'd rather live in a fantasy world than the real one. He's good at communicating, though. Communicating his feelings, even though he'll do it in a very direct way. And he probably has, like, a healthy relationship with the female figures in his life. I can't relate, but good for you. Alyssa! Okay. So, funny story about Alyssa. Basically, it was so hard to find her birthday. I went to the Wikia, then I looked at the comments, and I was, well then, quick maths. How old is she? When's her birthday? And then I used the speculative birthday, right? If it's wrong, so what? Then it's wrong. She comes across as chill. I love Taurus bitches because I'm a Taurus moon. She wants to choose violence, even though she might not. She might come across as a bit of a sacrificial lamb. But I think that her and Punk actually would get along really well because they have a lot of Aries and Taurus placements. Connor eats pants, so he's sensitive. He wants attention like all the time because of his Leo Mercury and his Leo Venus. Like, I would not want to get into an argument with him, but he's very like stubborn, fixated on things, right? So if there's something that he wants, he'll like dig at information about it and like he'll like want to know more. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. Oh my god. But yeah, like, I can relate to this chart. He's an emotional boy. He really is. Yep. Foolish. So, what I'm getting from Foolish's chart is that he's definitely an introvert, which is not a bad thing. He's kind of withdrawn and loves... Okay, listen. He may be withdrawn, but he loves provoking people. His big five are giving me like, I care about people's opinions, but I don't at the same time, but f*** you, but I care. But he's like, I can see your side, but like, f*** you, I'm right, but also I care. Laser beam? How do you pronounce that? Somebody tell me. He's very like, flexible. He's a Taurus moon. Shout out to all of my Taurus moons out there. I'm a Taurus moon. I love Taurus moons. You guys are f***ing stable. So my is blunt, okay? But he's emotionally stable at the same time. You know what? Good for him. Okay, H-Bomb94. More like... I'm gonna say it. His chart seems like the chart of somebody who checks Social Blade during sex. And you know, that's the one thing I've noticed about the people on the SMP. They all have like, well, a lot of them have Capricorn stelliums. I feel like he would get along with Eric because they have similar charts. Also another Capricorn stellium. Wow, so many Capricorn stelliums. Vicstar, 1, 2, 3. Listen, this is the man who is all about attention. And he's the last on the list. He's a Leo with a Libra moon, with a Leo, and then some Libra. Okay? So yeah, he does care about what people think. And to be honest, he probably thrives on what people think. And the fact that you guys put him on the bottom of the list, listen, Vicstar? At the bottom? Anyway, Dream SMP, alright? Let's talk about the Dream SMP. Everything can have a birth chart. That includes the Dream SMP. We don't have a birth time, we do have a birth date, so we're just gonna go off of that. Just like most people in the SMP, we don't have a birth time, so it's not super accurate. There's one thing I know, it's that country girls make do. And we're gonna make do. Okay, first of all, I relate to the Dream SMP as an entity. We are Taurus stellium, Taurus moon, okay? And what a Taurus moon is stable. And Aries Mercury, she's a bad bitch. They'll say it as it is. If they've got a problem, they'll tell you. Her purpose, okay, the Dream SMP, is to like find connection and like a home. You know, like that's literally her life purpose, is to bring people together. And I think that's really commendable. I'm gonna cut myself off because I got too sappy and emotional, which is not a bad thing. I was just incoherent. Basically, what I said remains true, I think. I think that what you guys have is extremely beautiful. I think it's amazing, incredible that you guys care so much at the capacity that you guys do. Like, I don't want to scare anybody, but I was like that at one point, and now I'm too low serotonin to function. I also haven't felt a positive emotion since 2019, but that's besides the point. And it frustrates me that people take umbrage to the fact that you guys exist. And I do mean taking umbrage because they don't really offer a solution. They're just complaining, which makes me think that it's out of fear. You guys, like the stands, terrify people. And I think that means that you guys are in some way extremely powerful. Don't forget that. It is really unfair. And I think it has to do a little bit with misogyny, of course, like, you know, whatever. But I also think that the people who do take umbrage loudly are doing it out of fear, right? Because you guys are so powerful, but it's also because we sort of live in a liminal epoch of internet culture where things are a little bit murkier than they used to be. This deserves a video all on its own. But I think the Dream SMP and their impact, I guess, on internet culture is fascinating. I don't really have any skin in this game. I could hardly care more about these people. Clearly, what the Dream Team has is special. I wish I could see it. Not in a rude way. I'm not trying to be offensive about this. There's a lot of fog up here, you know what I mean? Clearly what they have is special, and it's refreshing to see what they have to bring. Anyways, I don't know. I think about this stuff a lot. At the end of the day, it's good that you guys have a soft place to land. I think it's really important. I also made like a data visualization thingy on Tableau that you guys can look at. I'll link it in the description. Be warned though, the fonts don't show up properly, and also it kind of looks bad on mobile. I made that because I hate fun. Just kidding. I found out that my ex-boyfriend has a new girlfriend, and I'm trying to distract myself as much as possible. He has a Libra Venus, so. Let's go through the findings. The most common sun sign is Capricorn. The most common moon sign is Libra. The most common Mercury is Capricorn. The most common Mars sign is Libra, which is super interesting to me. And the most common Venus is tied. They're all tied. Most people have a cardinal Venus. Most people in the SMP have a cardinal Venus, which I think is very interesting because Capricorn and Libras are all cardinal signs anyway. I think it's especially interesting because the Dream SMP has a Cancer North node, and the fact that there are so many Capricorn placements, it's kind of sweet in a way. I don't know. So yeah, like, you guys can take a look and sort of analyze the data. It's pretty simple. It's like just their big fives, nothing special. But I think it's really interesting to look at the patterns and have it displayed like that so you guys can see it easily. I don't want to keep making astrology content because I want to make other kinds of videos, but I do want to make a synastry video, maybe, I don't know. But I don't really know the pairings. I know there's Dream and George, and I know there's Bad Boy Halo and Skeppy. That's it. That's all I know about these Wi-Fi passwords you call people. That's all I know. So if you guys could do me a favor and tell me about the pairings, you know, respectfully, I would love to know so I can make a video about it. Yep. If you're into astrology, please tell me what I missed and what your hot take is on everybody's charts. I would love to hear it. I really would. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in hell or something. I don't know, maybe.